Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Sammy and this is Harley's Dollhouse. So for this video I am doing a collab with one of my best friends in the doll community, Krystalsfantasy. I am super excited that we are doing a collab together. We've been talking about this doll collab for quite some time now and we're finally getting it done and I'm super excited. So we are using Novi Star's dolls for our collab and we're going to make them mushroom themed. And here's a sneak peek of the cutie that she made. So make sure you head to her channel after this video and I will leave that link down below because her work is always flawless and you should definitely subscribe to her channel. And if you've been following me for a while now, you know that I made a Novi Star doll quite some time ago. But if you haven't seen her video, make sure you go check it out. I'll leave the link down below. And instead of doing an alien babe this time, we are doing a more whimsical take on the Novi Stars. So we thought mushroom girls would be really cute to do. For my mushroom doll, I am basing mine off of the Amanita mushroom. And I really just love the color palette for that type of mushroom, so let's get started on the doll. And here's the Novi Star head that I will be using, and first we're going to go ahead and chop all her hair off, which is kind of sad because I really do like all this pretty curly hair. And once all the hair is removed, I'm using 100% acetone to remove all her face paint. And after we remove all her face paint, I am using an X-Acto knife to cut open her head so we could cut the seal around the eyes that are on the inside and we can remove the eyes. And after I open up her head, I'm just going to take my X-Acto and try to cut out the little seals here that are holding in her eyes. And since that their heads are kind of small, it is kind of tricky to work around inside the head to open up the eyes. And using some tweezers, I'm just going to remove the remaining plugs from her head. And of course my Novi Star needs a body, so I thought it'd be really cool to use this cedar wood that I have. I like the wood grain texture and I think it'd make an interesting woodland mushroom girl. So let's go ahead and remove her head by using this heat gun. And after her head is heated up, we can just yank it off. And I'm going to cut down my neck peg a little bit just because their heads are a little bit smaller than Monster High's or Ever After High. So there's not enough space in there. And after that, I'm just going to shave down the neck hole of the Novi Star because their neck holes are quite small and they don't fit around the Monster High or Ever After High necks. And carefully, I'm just going to use an X-Acto just to kind of get to the size that I want to go around the neck peg. And after I have the neck hole cut to the size that I want, I'm just going to heat it up and then place it onto the Ever After High doll. And this is how she looks. I honestly just love these combos. And off camera, I did my best to match the face to the body, and I think I did pretty well. Her color palette's gonna be fairly simple. I am just going to use a red pastel around on her eyes and also on her nose area just to kind of keep her as close to the mushroom as possible. And we can't forget to blush those little ears. So as you can see, the Novi Star does not have a lip mold, so that makes it a little difficult for her lips because I am very bad at freehanding lips. But I decided to use a pointed Q-tip and just dab some pastel around and make like a little lip shape, and then I lined it with a watercolor pencil just to kind of give it some more definition. And after that, following her eye mold line here, I am going to use some black acrylic paint to create a wing liner. And after that, we could go ahead and start sketching out her bottom lashes. And using some white acrylic paint, I am going to add some white dots around on her eyes and on the bridge of her nose, just to mimic how the spots on the mushroom looks. And now we're on the second layer, and I'm just gonna go with my black watercolor pencil to darken up her lashes. And I thought it'd be really cute to give her an open smile and drawing in some teeth here with my white charcoal pencil. Also, I used a couple shades of red just to kind of define the lips a little bit more. And using the white charcoal pencil, I'm just going to add a few highlights on her lashes. And instead of doing normal body blushing, I am going to coat her in this really watery brown acrylic, and I will use a paper napkin to wipe it off, and then that way it kind of like sets into the grooves of the wood here. That way it like kind of like defines it a little bit more, I think. So back to the heels, I originally wanted them to be more of like a flat instead of a heel. It just doesn't really kind of go with what I had in mind. So I'm just gonna Dremel the heel off and we will create her a cute little flat. And once they're dremeled down, I am going to use a little bit of super glue to attach them to the feet since they are kind of loose, especially on the one that I had to Dremel down in order to get it to fit. Now on to my favorite part of the doll, which is her hat. So I'm borrowing this hat from another doll, which I believe this is from a fail fix doll actually. So to create the mushroom hat, I am going to add some hot glue all around and glue some cotton balls around on the brim and on top of the hat. And this will help the hat have like that mushroom dome shape. And now that it looks like a cloud, let's go ahead and add some red felt over the top of it and glue it around the edges. So after I glue on the felt, I am going to add a lace trim around the brim of the hat. Off camera, I painted the underside of the hat like an off-white color, and I am going to glue some more trim underneath the hat. It's kind of like gathered, so it looks like the gills underneath the mushroom cap. And lastly, for the hat, I am using the same off-white acrylic paint to create the spots on the top of the hat. Look how cute this hat is. I honestly just want one for myself. So for her outfit, I thought it'd be really cute to make some bloomers. I'm using the pattern from DG Requiem. I believe it's from the Looking Glass dress pattern. So I'm going to sew up here on the one side of the pants, and then do a hem on the top of the waistline and on the legs. So this is where I made a mistake. I shouldn't have closed it on one side, so I didn't end up having to seam rip it. But before I did that and realized my mistake, I just used a blunt needle to feed some elastic through on the top and on the legs. And here's how they look, and I think they turned out absolutely adorable. They're so cute. And for her top, I'm just making a little lacy top. I'm stitching some gathered lace on this other piece and leaving holes for the arms to make like an off-shoulder top. And here is how it looks. And I'm just gonna sew it up the back and the top is done. And after putting in her eyes that I made her and securing them with sticky tack, I'm just using some super glue to add the back of her head back on. And off camera, I made some green wefts and glued some hair to her head and gave her some cute bangs. And since my cedar wood didn't come with hands, I just borrowed some extra Ever After High hands, and I'm going to paint them red and add white dots to them. Also off camera, I painted her shoes red with a brown bottom, and I am also adding white dots to her shoes as well. And my husband 3D modeled me this cute acorn purse, and off camera I painted it and added some straps, and also a little bow. And now let's show the finished doll. So what do you guys think about my mushroom gal? I think she turned out very whimsical and I'm super happy with her. I definitely love the hat. That's my most favorite part. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Also, if you are interested in purchasing her, she will be on my Etsy shop for sale. And also make sure you head over to Krystal's channel to see her video. Her doll is super cute and you guys are going to love it. And as always, thank you for your support for my channel. It means a lot to me and I really do appreciate it. So make sure you subscribe, like, and also hit that notification bell so you know when I'll have another video up. Alright you guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and I will see you next time. Bye!